Hello, and thank you so much for joining me today. We are in the jungle of Panama in Central America, and I am so excited to be with you guys today for this short and invigorating flow. This 15 to 20 minute flow can be done in the morning when you first wake up, or in the evening before you go to bed if you want to shake off your day. So I am so excited to have you guys with me today, and we are going to jump right into it. We don't have much time on the mat, so let's get going. We're going to actually start in a downward facing dog. So taking time to become present on your mat, get yourself set up. Beautiful. Coming into your first downward facing dog, allow yourself to fidget, allow yourself to find movement, bending one knee and then the other, ensuring your hands are gripping the mat, finger pads gripping the mat, shoulders are externally rotated. When you're ready, finding stillness in this first downward facing dog. Taking this time to bring presence to your mat. And taking this time to find compassion for yourself for being here today. Taking a full breath in through the nose. And audible exhale out the mouth. Inhale as you roll forward, coming into plank position. Hands stacked under your shoulders. And exhale as you place a bend in your knees and hips back up to the sky, rolling back into downward facing dog. Finding a little bit of movement in this flow as we begin to warm up the body. Inhale, rolling forward to plank. Exhale, placing a bend in your knees, bringing your hips up to the sky as you straighten your knees. A few more times, just like that. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, bending your knees, rolling back, hips to the sky, straightening your legs. Downward facing dog. Once more, rolling forward to plank. Exhale, bend your knees, pushing back, hips to the sky, straightening your legs. Beautiful. Full breath here, downward facing dog. And on your next exhale, lowering your knees down to the mat. Walking your hands under your shoulders, setting up into tabletop. I don't know about you guys, but where I'm at, it is very humid. It is about 90 degrees, very humid and sticky. So wherever you're at, just embrace it. We're just gonna go with it. All right, taking some tricep wrist push-ups, excuse me. Bringing your hands, wrists up off the mat, and slowly lowering them back down. Bringing your wrists up, off the mat, only on your fingers, and slowly lowering them back down. This is wonderful to build wrist strength for any kind of, really anything that you're going to be on the mat for, any kind of side plank, downward dog, anything that you're on the mat. Our wrists are so important, and this small little bit of movement, these wrist push-ups, really help to build strength in our wrists. So I like to incorporate them into just about every day. A couple more, just like this. Now I'm going to breathe while you're here. Finding stillness, we'll meet down, palms down on the mat. Moving through a few cat-cows. Inhaling as you bring your belly button down to the sky, down to the mat. And exhaling as you curl your belly button up through your spine, up to the sky, up to the ceiling. Inhale, belly button down to the mat. Exhale, belly button to the sky, curling everything in. Inhale, bringing that belly button to the mat. Couple more, just like that, on your own breath. Beautiful. Finding stillness. Once more. We're going to begin to open up our hips. Taking your right leg out directly behind you, toes pointed down. Toes pointed down towards the mat. So you inhale and exhale as you bring your right foot out to the side. Inhaling as you go ahead and walk on up. I'm actually going to turn this way so you guys can see a little better. Feel free to be whichever way on your mat feels most comfortable. Left knee stacked directly under your hip. Inhale, arms to the sky. And exhale as you bring your right arm down, your right leg stretching over to the right. Beautiful. Opening up our side body, opening up our hips. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, bringing your left hand down to the mat, coming into a side plank here. Remembering to breathe here. Now we started out a little quick. Now we're slowing down a little bit. We're about to get back into the quick. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, hands down to your side. Walking your right leg in, coming down onto your right knee, and setting up on the other side, bringing your left toes out towards the corners of the mat. Inhale, both hands up to the sky, and exhale as you lower your left hand down to your left leg, and reach to the left. Keeping your chest open here, allowing that air to flow through. Inhale to center, and exhale, lowering your right hand down to the mat, reaching your left hand up above your head. Once again, keeping that chest open, breathing into this side plank. Inhale to center. Exhale, bring both hands down to the mat, walking your left foot in, coming back to your knees. Bringing your hands, palms face flat on the mat. Once more, bringing your hips up to the sky and coming back into your downward facing dog. Taking a full breath here in your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, rolling forward to plank. Taking a full breath here in your plank. And bending at the knees, slowly hovering your knees as you bring your hips to the sky and straighten your legs up behind you, back into downward facing dog. Full breath here. Inhale, rolling forward to plank. Exhale, bending your knees, rolling back, hips to the sky, straightening your legs, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll to plank. Exhale, bending your knees, hovering above the mat, bringing your hips to the sky, straightening your leg, downward facing dog. One more, just like that. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, bending your knees, slowly pushing back to your downward facing dog. Full breath here. Inhaling as you bring your right leg up to the sky, opening that hip once more. And exhale as you bring your right knee to nose. And then down, bringing that right knee down to the mat. Coming in to your pigeon pose. walking the left leg straight out behind you. Ensuring that you're not sinking into that right hip, instead hovering up above it, finding that balance, finding that stability here in your pigeon. That right heel can be in towards your body, it can be in line with your knee, whatever's most comfortable for you. And then taking a moment here to bring some movement into your pigeon. Shifting from side to side, using your hands for stability, just finding movement, opening up those hips more. Whatever your pigeon looks like for you, enjoying that movement that you're able to find here. Not sinking down into a full pigeon on this pose today. Today we're just going to enjoy the movement. Only got 15 minutes, so we want to make the most of it. 15 to 20, sometimes I go a little over. All right, finding stillness once more. Placing your hands flat on the mat, curling your back toes. So you push up, bringing your front foot to meet your back, coming into your downward facing dog once more. Bending your left knee to really sink that right hip back into its socket after pigeon. And finding stillness in your downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot to the sky, opening the left hip. And exhale as you roll forward, bringing your left knee to nose and lowering your left knee down to the mat. Setting up for your pigeon on the opposite side. Walking your right leg straight out behind you once more. Finding that stillness for a moment. Finding that center, not sinking onto the left side. Staying upright. And then placing hands onto the mat and finding movement within your pigeon. Shifting from side to side. Noticing how that feels. Maybe one hip is tighter than the other. Maybe you really dislike pigeon pose. Maybe you really love pigeon pose. Just noticing how this feels and staying present on your mat during this movement. When you're ready, finding stillness once more, placing your hands on the mat, tucking your back toes. So you lift up and bring your front leg to meet the back, coming into downward facing dog. Placing a bend in the right knee, you sink the left hip back into the socket and straightening that leg for your downward facing dog. Taking a full cleansing breath here, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the mouth. Audible exhale. One more, just like that. Beautiful. On your next breath, lowering your knees down to the mat, bringing your back toes together, opening your knees to the corner edges of the mat, and sinking down into your child's pose. Bringing your forehead down to the mat. I invite you to stay right there in your child's pose for as long as needed, as long as able. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you feel invigorated, ready to take on your day, or ready to shed your day and move into your night. I'll see you next time. Namaste.